Hi, my name is Alice. A couple years ago, near the launch of the game, I wrote a little document about using Cammy's Charged H Hooligan as an okizeme option. I'm not going to rehash the whole thing right now, but basically, at the end of the day, it cost a lot of drive to go into. It usually gave up on damage compared to a typical combo ender, and it had some, annoying execution hurdles that you needed to deal with to beat some option selects against some characters. And your reward for this was a mix-up that still had a worse risk-reward matrix than just running a throw loop, right? Like, all of your options have high potential reward, especially because all of them can go into level 3, but they ranged from being really disadvantageous on if they guess right to, you are just straight up punishable if they guess right, as opposed to a throw loop where every permutation leaves you pretty much fine to a little advantaged if they guess right, and you still get really high reward for most of the options, right? Throw doesn't do that much. You can't do level 3 off of throw, but you don't need to do level 3 off of throw. I don't need to relitigate throw loops right now. Basically, it was worse than doing a throw loop. However, in the Season 3 patch, Cammy got a couple changes. The one that I've seen most people talk about is this one, where after this combo, you are 0 instead of being plus. It matters. It doesn't matter that much, especially because of her other major change, which was being able to juggle into light spin knuckle. This is good for a few reasons. The first is that she can juggle into it easily off of back heavy kick without spending any extra drive. And still get a good knockdown, right? You can juggle into Spiral Arrow from this, but the knockdown is terrible, right? You can do heavy Spiral Arrow, but it's still not good. It's definitely not good enough for Hooligan Oki, right? But because of the way this floats them, they're in a position where it's difficult to deal with, right? And the other thing is that it has, by so much more advantage than her other, potential combo enders, right? That's plus 53. If I do this, I'm plus 60, and even this is, plus 56, which is still good enough, right? And this gives Cammy, a few really... It makes Charged Hooligan a lot better for a few reasons, right? The first one, and the most important, well, not the most important, but the first one is that now you don't need to give a shit about the annoying crouch jab OS, right? That's never gonna work. You don't need to do the partial charge stuff. It's just it's a lot easier. The second thing is that you can do it mid-screen, and then finally, if I do this, and then I partially charge it, I am left in their face with enough advantage to run a, standard strike throw shimmy mix-up, right? So if I get the dummy to delay tech, and I do this, and I do that, uh-oh. Come on. I can shimmy them, right? So basically, because of this, right, we have a combo under that does good damage, right? If I do if I get this sort of confirm, that's 2,600 damage, right? You compare that to, that, which is 2,800, or I can do a bit more with this sort of route if I can do it properly. Right? It does comparable damage to those sorts of routes without you get a slightly you get slightly less damage, but you get a much better knockdown. It's easy to like link confirm into super if you decide you want to do that after starting the combo, and you get this this hooligan OP, and you can still do these like parry drive rush routes for a bit extra damage and for an even better knockdown. That is like good because it just smooths things out. It makes the mix-up afterwards easier to be ambiguous with. And again, you can do it mid-screen, like so. Swap. No. Oh my god, I'm bad. That's wrong also. But whatever, I'm not doing like another take, right? I can do that, I can threaten meaty overhead, I can threaten the throw, I can just like land, and mid-screen, you know, if I land and they back tech, we're like kind of in neutral, but I can still like, you know, put a button on top of them, or I can drive rush forward, and either way, I'm gonna be like baiting a reversal, and it's good. Yeah, and in the corner, if I do this sort of thing, and I do that, suddenly they are in the regular Street Fighter 6 Oki again. So what this means is that it's gone from being just strictly worse than Cammy's regular offensive throw loops to being Cammy's regular offensive throw loops, but with the addition of these really threatening options to the opponent's mental stack. Like, and it's more convenient to route into. Even if you like do fully charged hooligan and you let it rip, you know. Well, you can fast fall, and like you're not plus enough to shimmy a delay tech, but you are plus enough to like bait a reversal, and you're plus, right? So there isn't any aspect of the mix-up that they can react to and cover all of your options, so they always need to guess, and it's more layered, and all of the layers are very threatening, because the least threatening thing you can do is fast fall throw, and then, like, we don't need to relitigate how good throw loops are in Street Fighter 6. Yeah. So yeah, I guess in conclusion, like, while the target combo change is kind of annoying and troublesome, the addition of this, like, Oki option, I think means that Cammy kind of made out like a bandit this patch. Like, not to the same extent as Big Man over here Ryu, but it's a very meaningful improvement to our offense that's been slipping under the radar. And if you play Cammy, I think you should, like, learn to do this, because it's really good. Yeah. That's it. That's the guide. It's not even a guide, just like some video notes, but you know. Yeah, that's Cammy. That's Cammy's new-ish okizeme option. You can add a high-low that you can confirm into level 3 to your regular shimmy oki if you want to route into light spin knuckle. And it does pretty okay damage. You can do it off of like crouching medium kick drive rush, and it does like pretty good damage compared to like what you would do, which is like that, I guess. You know, it does a bit less damage than doing heavy punch H spiral arrow, which I think is what people are gonna start doing again this patch over the target combo mid screen. Yeah. That's Cammy. That's what Cammy can do now. Video.